love Chris. I love that shirt. That's a really nice shirt. Hey, everyone. We got a packed full house today. Hey, guys. How was y'all's weekend?
Great.
Wonderful.
The way you said
Good.
that, Monique. Look at that smile on your face.
Monique, we can't see your shirt. Who's on there? There it is.
Oh,
there it is.
Yes.
Wait, let me stuff in my tummy. Okay.
I love me some Prince. Yes. Oh my gosh. Richie, how's that move coming along? I know.
We here. Okay. Everything is in place.
Okay.
I think it's just taking me a little longer to get settled than I thought it would.
Yeah. Once
It's
you get
a
settled, it's gonna be great, Richie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you just sitting in the corner staring at the boxes and the boxes are staring back at you?
Unpack me.
Yes.
All right.
We got like 2 last boxes right now, and I'm just looking at them like,
Unpack yourself.
If you know what's inside them, you don't need them, then just leave them in there for
Yeah. You got to hire some people to come and just unpack everything,
I should have done that.
Like I be like with my house too. I look at shit like the pile of laundry, the stuff that needs to be ironed. I'm like, damn, why can't I just find a crackhead someplace, pay them $50 and they just clean this whole house? I always think that.
Because that shit will disappear.
Yeah.
Never happens.
Some more crap.
Never happens. All right. Hey, everyone. We got a packed house, y'all. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl, Monica, along with my fabulous co-host, the man with the master plan, DJ Richie Scott.
Hey.
The inquisitive John Yates. And the beautiful Monique Kelly. Hey. Amir must be running late. He must be busy getting some or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but he should see us shortly. He's getting into some things, but today we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac, the aftermath of the fight. Candiace is still in shock from the ass whooping and playing victim. Let's get into a few things.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey, Amir.
Amir!
Hello. Amir, that's some serious hair you got going on there. That's what mine was.
All right, y'all. So the episode opens with Candiace claiming that she's still dealing with major trauma after the fight, and she needs to go to a therapist. The same one that she called when her mother laid hands on her. That same therapist. Yeah. Over at Monique's, she's discussing the fight with her husband, Chris. She really doesn't remember what happened. Remember, she said she blacked out during the fight, and she's trying to piece everything together. Like, I can't even imagine having a fight, dealing with the emotional side of it, the career side of it, and then you can't remember what happened. Oh gosh. She calls Karen and because she wants the ladies to get together. So, and Karen is a safe place, right? I would say Karen is not biased, and she calls her to ask if she would host a sit down with all the girls, minus Candiace, which is smart. Karen happily obliges. Robin, Gizelle, and Wendy, they're all team Candiace, okay? Karen and Ashley, they are team Monique, but they're also kind of, I would say, just non-biased. They're somewhere in the middle. They understand Candiace's side, and they also understand Monique's side. So what the audience doesn't see, though, is prior to what you see on camera right now, Candiace, Robin, and Gizelle and Wendy, they all met prior to going over to Karen's house. They met that week after the fight, And they pretty much sat down and plotted and formed this alliance to try to get Monique fired, basically. In a nutshell. Mm-hmm.
I knew they were in it. I knew it. I had a feeling.
Yep. Robin, Gizelle, and Wendy, they are. Is that? Let me see something here. We're getting a little bit of feedback. Feedback there. Okay. So the day of the gathered sit down, Karen Huger calls Karen in the morning to inform. I'm sorry. She calls Candiace in the morning to inform her she's hosting Monique and the ladies in an effort to give Monique a chance to clear the air. Candiace is not happy. Okay. Candiace thinks that Karen is a very gracious host to extend so much grace to Monique. And, you know, and then what I love about Karen is she goes, yes, call me Grace Under Fire. That's exactly who I am. Y'all, let's get into that. Let's just talk about that whole intro. What are your thoughts, Richie?
You can't tell a grown woman who to have in her house and who not to have in her house. I mean, that's number one. And number two, if those ladies did get together to try to get Monique off the show, then that's crazy too. And so I guess maybe they forgot to invite Karen to that party, and that's why Monique was. That's why Candiace was upset about that, because otherwise, why be surprised that Karen is getting everybody together? Because that seemed like, honestly, a producer mandated situation. Mm-hmm. Let's be reality TV 101. Absolutely. After an event like that happens, you're going to have to get the girls together. Mm-hmm. Okay? Everybody's going to have to get together, all cast, to talk about it. Now, it's not shocking that Candiace chose not to go and that they weren't going to invite her, because I'm sure she would have felt like threatened.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Quote unquote.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just, I just felt like you can't tell somebody, oh, don't extend that courtesy to her. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monique, what are your thoughts?
I'm wondering where all these scared, traumatic folks were after Candiace threatened Ashley with a knife last year, or where all these scared people were when Robin and Gizelle went to Ashley's place of business, or when Robin confronted Monique with an umbrella. They weren't scared then. But once again, Karen proved to be a class act. Bringing all the women together, not getting sucked into Candiace's foolery. And I adore Karen. She's the real class act here.
I totally agree. She is the epitome of Grace Under Fire, maturity, class, you know. And then I think back on that Fendi cape and the way she was just sashaying through the barn. And I'm like, yes, honey, yes. That's Miss Classy. Amir, what are your thoughts?
So I'm going to have a bit of the unpopular opinion. I actually, this episode kind of sided with... Yep, here we go. I sided with Candiace. I was not Team Monique with this. I felt like she was not remorseful. If you're going to come and not apologize, but kind of address some things, I felt like she came in there a little bit, I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was very genuine.
You don't think who was genuine? Monique?
I just felt like she came in there, and then when she got emotional, obviously, like I like Monique a lot as a person, and I connected with that. But I just felt like, she came in there kind of like, you already know these ladies are kind of like not feeling you, to come in and say, no, I'm not remorseful. No. And then be like, I forgot, like I blacked out. But then I also remember running up at the barn after. Like, it felt like, I was like, wait, which is it? Did you black out or like, which one? You can't say both. That's just my only thing. I felt like
different perspective. No, we like that.
Pussycat.
Hi, John and the Pussycat.
Baby.
John, what are your thoughts on
it? Kind of reminded me of what did Phaedra call it when she had all the girls come in the hotel room? What was the title of Phaedra when she wanted to? It was like, you know what I'm talking about? When they're at the hotel and Phaedra had all the girls come in to speak their minds.
That was Ponderosa. That's Basketball Wives, isn't it? That's Jackie.
No. Phaedra on Atlanta.
I don't remember.
Anywho, it reminded. Okay, so I lost that one. So it reminded me of Phaedra doing that, but Phaedra was disingenuous when she did that, and Karen. I actually believe Karen was trying to get to like be a good person and get to the bottom of it and be like non-biased and a good person. So yeah, I wish you all would have remembered that scene I'm trying to talk about. Though it would have really clicked. All right.
Nothing Phaedra does is meant with genuineness, but yeah, Phaedra's so messy, and I love
Restoration Service. Thank you, Missy. The Restoration Service. Restoration Service. Phaedra's right to Paul. But Phaedra was Phaedra, and Karen doing it was, more genuine than Phaedra. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Oh wow, John, I only know Restoration Hardware. I don't know Restoration.
I'm sure you do. I thought Karen was being genuine in that moment. I think I think Candiace didn't appreciate it because she does not want to give Monique a platform to get her side out or to even get an ounce of sympathy from anyone. Candiace said, I spoke to all the girls. They've heard my side, meaning my side is the only valid side. I'm the victim here. How dare you give the aggressor, in her mind, quote unquote, a platform, which is so silly. I mean, agreements happen every day and you have to sit down and negotiate and work things out and hear both sides. So it just speaks to me, to Candiace's immaturity once again, like, no, I don't want anyone hearing her side. It's only my side that matters. That's how I took it.
Right. Well, she didn't see her side on camera either, right? So it's kind of like unfair for the audience because we're like, you called them and told them your side, but we don't get to hear it other than like you telling the therapist, which I felt like that was like where I'm kind of on the line a little bit. Like I hear both sides, but I think with Candiace, sometimes she goes in the wrong because she uses like people like her mom and her therapist to make people feel sorry for her. And I think that's where she goes wrong. Because again, hands were put on her. That's wrong. But again, I love what I think it was Karen that said emotional abuse is sometimes worse than physical abuse. And Wendy quickly said, no. But I think it is because emotional abuse really stays with you. Like when, categorically calling her a drunk, saying she slept with the trainer, bad mother. Like there's a lot of stuff Candiace has said and that's hard to get past. So I kind of agreed with Karen with that.
Oh, don't mind. I just hired a bodyguard real quick. So don't mind me. I need security. I need security everywhere I go. So don't just pay no
nice
attention.
Arms. Your bodyguard has nice arms.
Don't pay no attention to that. Just I need security everywhere I go.
Hey, Cody. I agree with you on that. Yeah, Candiace was telling her side to the therapist, but we'll get into that because we had some pretty interesting things in that office. Let's check on our folks, guys. Let's check on our folks. Let's do the roll call.
Oh, we live, right? Let's go. It's the roll call. It's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? It's the roll call. Roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. Cause we wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? Who on live with us right now? Tap in. Drop an emoji if you know you bout that action. Gotta go get it, ain't no time for relaxing. My family gotta eat, so I'm bringing all them racks in. She wanna get managed. Say no more, your ex is granted. No handlebars, watch me handle it. No pillow talking, don't be scandalous.
Let's see who we got in the building today. I see Dalvin. Hey, Dalvin. Sharon, Travis, Teenies, Miss Wilson, Tara Clark, Mabel King. Hey, Mabel.
Hey, Mabel.
Jade, Tria Smith, Brianna, Jamal. Hey, Jamal. Then by Debbie, Danielle, April B. What up,
April B.
April! Henrietta, Worthy View, Derek, Bernice, LC, Tanya Lee, Samira, Ray J, Lauren, Heidi Black. Hey, Heidi. Gina,
Hey.
B. Stokes Styling, Millie Rock. Hey, Millie Rock. How you doing, baby? Nima. Oh, my gosh. The house is full. Needless to say, they rocking with us. Thank y'all and welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to get into some things today, boy. I'm telling you. We're going to get into some things. Okay. So Robin arrives, then Gizelle strolls in with KB, her security guard. Child, I got some tea on KB.
Ooh.
I got a phone call out of DC. I'm sorry.
Monica. You know it's good when she starts laughing before she even gives the tea.
I know, it's like my phone be going off. So I got a phone call out of DC because you know I got people everywhere, right, with classified documentation, right? So anyway, someone pulled KB's file from me, and they said that he's not registered, and you have to be registered in Maryland to do security. He's not registered anywhere, and let's say something had popped off. Had he put a hand on anyone, he'd have been going to jail. So that's the T. That's the T on KB.
It's a good thing Karen didn't act up.
Right. In her own house.
Oh, Lord.
Apparently, KB had a lot of opinions about the ladies because on that Bravo chat show, that's what Gizelle said. And Gizelle said, well, it was off camera, so it's not shady. I guess he had a lot of opinions about the ladies. So.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, please.
Of course, she would choose a shady, fake security guard, right? A flashlight cop. But shout out to Sweet Cookie. I'm sorry, Sweet Cookie in the building. Sweet Cookie. So Wendy and Ashley arrive next. Immediately they go in and Robin starts accusing Monique of leaking the fight to blogs, right? And now y'all, I know because, the story that came out initially way back when in November did seem to favor Monique. I know for a fact that I didn't get any information about the fight from Monique personally. Richie, you can speak on it because you're a blogger as well. And you also reported on it. Did Monique speak to you directly about anything involving this fight?
No. No. Actually, to be quite honest with you, I saw it online. That's how I found it.
Oh, you saw it online? One of the One of the people who were there?
I don't think one of the people. I don't know who did it, but all I know is that another source had it first.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't the first source to have it. I saw it on Instagram. That's where I saw it first, on an Instagram page somewhere. I can't remember right now. And from there, I kind of ran with it. It was like, oh, there was a fight. I didn't believe it at first because Monique hadn't posted anything. I went to Monique's Instagram and it seemed normal. I went to all the girls' Instagram and everything seemed normal. So I'm like, I don't know if I could believe this fight. Then I started fishing around and doing some digging and reaching out to my DC sources. And they was like, yeah, some shit went down. I was like, for real? They was like, for real. So yeah, but Monique did not speak to me about this fight. I can swear on a stack of Bibles, I did not get the tea fight from Monique. And as a matter of fact, I know for a fact she didn't even leak it. So, because she don't even remember what happened. She don't remember.
I just want to say this too. There has not been an altercation on a Housewives show that we haven't gotten before it showed on the screen. We've never been surprised when we saw an altercation happen on the screen. We've always known about it, usually days after it happens. So I didn't really get this whole thing. It didn't make sense to me.
And my thing was, why does it matter? So what? It got out in public. Let's stick to the issue at hand. Who cares that it got out in public? And Robin, Robin has disappointed me so much this season. I mean, usually she's a wet blanket. She has nothing to say, or she's battery operated by Gizelle. But now she's trying to find her voice and she's taking it all out on Monique. And it's really pissing me off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at least she stayed, right? She didn't leave with Gizelle. I was proud of Robin for staying, for listening, and even if she thinks Monique's a pile of, is being like a liar, she stayed.
Yeah.
She listened. She like took it in instead of Gizelle that knew she was gonna leave with a dramatic exit when she came in the door. Ugh.
Yeah. It was
bodyguard.
so like anticlimactic when she left. It was like you thought you were gonna have a moment getting up and leaving. Girl, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Nobody even cared. Nobody even got up.
She probably thought the others would follow her. Sorry about that.
I think her hours ran up with the bodyguard. I think he's like, listen, I'm here till 2, and then you got to pay me more. And she's like, well, time to go. I'm out.
Amir, you were going to say something. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. All I was saying was I was just kind of echoing what Monique was saying. Robin's been annoying, but I felt like she just kind of took it like another step by staying. I felt like I respected her a little bit more than the way she came in. I think that her and Robin and Gizelle drive together to these events. Gizelle riles her up, gets her on her team, and then they go in for the kill together. And even when the fight happened, they were laughing in the corner. So I think Robin is finally starting to distance herself from Gizelle, which I think
hope
is
so.
good.
She needs to.
I don't see that. They're like
I don't know about that.
They're partners in crime. They're partners in crime. I mean, they literally sat down her and they recruited Wendy's dumb ass because she's a follower and she wants to be accepted by the Green Eye Bandits so badly that she's going along with their BS. Again, I said it last week. I can't speak on it right now in full detail, but the day after that fight, Wendy was co-signing it and saying, understanding Monique's side. The story that she's singing on the TV at the sit down is not the story she was singing the day after the fight, immediately after the fight. So she's full of it. She's full of it. She just wants to fit in and follow the crowd. She strikes me as very insecure.
Extremely. Monica, Keisha Johnson, I just read this, had an interesting point. She said, what if Ashley was the one that put out the information on the blogs after the fight? I don't trust her, and she keeps having side conversations with Gizelle in these flashbacks. What do you think about that? That's an interesting to take the heat off of her husband, maybe too. That's an interesting.
That is a good point. That's yeah.
All right, Detective Keisha Johnson.
That's something to chew on.
It's a good point, but it's false. That's not. Okay. I know who put it out, and it was not anyone on the cast that put it out. It was someone in DC, but it was no one on the cast.
Was it KB?
I love Monica be having them receipts.
Yeah, it wasn't anyone in the cast. Definitely not Ashley. She can be low down and dirty at times and very calculating, but no, she had nothing to do with this.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, she better have a look back, which she has so far, it seems like.
So
she brought Dean. I love that she brought Dean.
Aw, isn't he sweet? He's
so cute.
Yeah, and his face, he's just so calm. He just sits there and listens to it all, like analytically, right? Like he's trying to process it.
Yeah, he does. He's like a grown man.
Here we go. He probably thinks it's an adventure because his mind already is probably so advanced that all this complicated talking is an adventure for him. Don't take me to the romper room. Take me to the drama. Okay. So
I can't with y'all today. Like y'all, it's too much. I can't stop laughing.
Says the man who brought his husband and made him a bodyguard. I mean,
okay, I'm just saying. So I'm gonna have to dip out and make it an exit soon, and I'm gonna have to storm off. So just letting you know, me and my hired hand are about to bounce out.
So they're going in, right? Monique hasn't even arrived yet, and Robin and Wendy are just going in on her. Like they're ready, they're armed, they're ready to go. And I love Karen's voice. She's soft-spoken, so is Ashley. They're like, let's just get through this scene. I got things to do, it's a job for them. These girls are taking, especially Wendy, she is taking this thing really seriously. So Monique finally arrives and everything, and she sits down. And in my opinion, immediately she's apologetic. right? She doesn't apologize, but she's apologetic, which is a little different, right? She's embarrassed, she's ashamed, and she seems remorseful for her actions. She's not happy about it. She's not proud of it. She's not sitting up in the chair saying, I did it, so what? And fuck y'all. She's not saying that, you know? You can see the sadness in her eyes, the deep sadness in her eyes. And she says, you know, what y'all saw is not who I am. She's literally choking up, okay? But holding back the tears. She then apologizes to the lady for putting them anywhere in harm's way. She apologizes to them for that. Gizelle then, you know, pulls out her phone and claims she's taking notes.
Come on.
That was such a power play.
She
I
is
hated
awful.
Let's get into that. Richie, you start.
I don't even know what to say. You know, for me, Gizelle just came in the entire time. She knew exactly what she was going to do. She had already had her mind made up. And, you know, the other thing that made me really annoyed was that Robin got so upset with Monique when she called her condescending. But Gizelle was doing the same thing to Monique. So it was like, I just felt like, okay, if you're going to call out Monique for being condescending, you have to call out Gizelle for doing the same thing too, because they were both kind of going at it when each other was talking. So I just didn't really get all that. And I didn't get the note taking. I didn't get anything that Gizelle was serving that day. I don't know.
I didn't either. I didn't get it. It calculated, right? Calculated. Very, very, you knew she wrote this out someplace. It was a plan. She's going to sit down, pull out her phone, talking about she's taking notes and all this bullshit. Monique, sound off. What are your thoughts?
So a few things. Number one, I'm putting myself in Monique's position where you have to go and be humble and apologize to 3 bitches that you know don't like you. So already that has to be a lot. And that's a big person to even do that, okay? And I'm going to say this again because I'm tired of it coming up about Black women and all this other foolishness, okay? What's the girl's name again? Because she's so nondescript and she's not going to be on next season. What's her name? Wendy, that one. Okay. Well, you're not worried about what a Black woman look like when you call another Black woman a bitch. Okay. So I'm gonna need them to stop talking about doing this narrative about Black women. I'm over it. I'm a Black woman. I love my Black woman, but stop putting the shoulders of Black women on Monique. Okay. Next up, the fact that Gizelle took her phone out and pretended to take notes. I mean, what a bitch. Excuse my language, but I'm just over her and her antics. Like, Monique is sitting here apologizing, being remorseful, but also being real and being honest with how she felt. And she has no respect for Monique, and I'm over it. Monique should have kicked her ass.
Well, don't forget KB was there, so.
Oh, that's right.
Saying.
And KB's ass.
Monique, you raised a really good point. I mean, like what you said, that behavior by Gizelle pulling out her phone was condescending, you know, passive aggressive, rude. I mean, she's the epitome of that. Amir, what were your thoughts on that scene?
I mean, it's not like it was an hour like meeting where she had to take notes and then report back. We were there, you heard what she said. It was one fight. Like, I just felt like her saying that was, again, calculated power play. And then it just shook me to my core when she got up and left and said she was embarrassed by what happened in Black women and reputation. I'm like, girl, your boo has slept with all the front, I call it the splash zone of the front area.
Amir is oh Lord, you gotta go there.
Not the splash zone.
It's SeaWorld and you don't get a refund.
Wow.
I just can't. Giselle's just, and it's, you know what? It's becoming bad acting. Like, it's gone from calculated to just bad acting. You whipping out the phone. And then when she was on Bravo chat room, they asked for the receipts. Of course, Miss Portia Williams asked for the receipts. Can we see the notes page? And she said, oh, I deleted it right when I walked out. You weren't even taking notes. You're a liar. Like, exactly. You're not taking notes. You should have consult her notes. I was like, give me a break.
Taking notes to consult her notes. Which one is it, boo? Yeah. John, what are good points, Amir? I totally agree. It's acting and it's getting like bad acting at this point. John, what are your thoughts on that?
Why do you have to be taking notes? like what? Why? You're there. You're trying to listen to like all sides be like impartial or whatever because we know she's not. But who the hell brings out their phone and you know what? Hold on one second. I just got to make sure I'm getting all this down, right? So, like, you know what? Like I got KB behind me. I need to make sure that I got everything you're saying. And how was she taking notes? So what was she doing? Was it just recording the conversation? Like like what was she doing? Who needs to take notes when you're trying to have a serious conversation with your friends about something that like traumatic happened? Like you're all supposed to be like talking about it and like, but no, I mean I kind of like Gizelle, but like this episode just ruined it for me. Like I'm like, you know what? She's a mess and taking out your phone, taking notes. Who does that?
Who does that? Who does that?
Who does that?
A bitch.
She can hire a bodyguard, but not a stylist.
A bitch that don't care what the other person has to say.
Taking notes and shit.
I love when Monique said, well, we can be self-righteous and be on our high horse if we want to. I love when Monique said that. Because yes, I'm down and I'm out. You guys are in a power position. You have the power play here, but you're not going to disrespect me, boo.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So then Gizelle says, this is not self-righteous or high horse. I'm just taking notes to discuss the things that you've said. Girl, bye. Whatever.
And then they wonder who's going to the blogs. What?
Amen. You're absolutely right.
You got to rip your phone out to take notes in the middle of what? Hey, just saying. Just putting that out there.
No, it's a great point. I honestly think that they just came in with preconceived notions and they didn't really want to listen to her. And I always say it says a lot about a person when you're going to listen to an apology, not a celebration. It's very easy to celebrate someone's success, but when they're apologizing, it says a lot about the way you treat them. And the way they treated her was like dirt. And again, I'm not going to say, I'm just team like what's going on. I'm not team Candiace. I'm not team Monique. I just want to figure out what's going on. And the fact of the matter is we need to bring this up. Fights have happened between the white housewives. And why is that not women shouldn't act like this kind of thing?
Yeah.
Why is it only black women? Why
Right.
do they have a higher standard? That's not fair. How is that fair?
Yeah.
Agreed.
They're judged. They're judged at a different standard. But it's your own black people doing it though. I don't think it's a white person's. Well, I mean, I know where the stereotype comes from, right? Where it originated from. But in this scenario, in this specific situation, it's the other black women judging each other, which is so ridiculous. It doesn't even, Wendy, for such an educated person, she's really stupid. And it's sad. It's bad to watch her. It really is.
I'm over her ass. Like she's trying to have
too.
moments and trying to be relevant. Girl, sit your ass down. The only time people want to watch you is when you have your cute kids and your handsome husband around because you are lackluster, boo-boo.
The kids are cute. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, they're cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
so
who's watching MSNBC anymore anyways? I think I watched MSNBC the last time I was in a Virgin Atlantic lounge, honey, going to Texas. So I don't really know.
It's the kind of thing you watch on the plane or something when there's nothing, nothing else on. It's just
whatever. Oh my God, I just drooled. I was laughing.
I mean, and she was like, I'm going to get fired. I'm like, honey, they hired Tucker Carlson. You'll be fine.
How does a villain, how does a temp get fired? Girl, cut it out. It's just bizarre. So
not a temp.
That's a temp. I mean, seriously, she's not a sitting chair. So Monique goes on to say that she doesn't remember the details of the fight because she blacked out. And only as the days, went on, she started little bits and pieces started to come back to her. And that generally was what happened when you black out. I've been there. I was attacked years ago. I'm not going to even get into details.
Oh no!
By a man, right? Isn't that crazy?
What?
And, yeah. And I was 15, and I remember blacking out. And I remember I used to have let me not get into it. Anyway, yeah. But when you black out, you lose yourself, and you don't have any recollection of what happened. All you know is shit happened, and you know that you was involved in something very physical, but you lose yourself. So I've been there. I know what she's going.
It's a real thing, Monica. A rage blackout. Mm-hmm. It's a real thing.
It does happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does. So I know where she's coming from. So Monique explains to them that she, you know, bits and pieces started coming back. And also she says that after the fight, her adrenaline was still pumping. And that's why she ran back around the barn for more. You know, she explains to them. And that's where that sets Wendy off, right? Then she made this face. I was like, ooh, child, don't make that.
You were wrong for that. Monica, you were wrong for that.
Oh my God.
Look at the bodyguard in the background.
I was scared.
That's scared. Oh my
KB, like, when's brunch?
Oh my God.
In the words of Sheree, that face, fix that face, child.
Fix that face, honey. Fix that face.
She jumps in and she's like, so you do remember, right? You do remember. You ran around that barn and that was rage. That was rage. And she's going on. She's going on and on and on.
Now I do wish Monique wouldn't have ran her out. Like, I got everything. You know, I'm Team Monique. I wish she wouldn't have ran outside to chase her outside.
So,
I was like, oh, Monique.
When I interviewed her, I asked her why she ran outside. And she was like, she said that Candiace was inside yelling, she's fired, you're fired, you're fired. So at that point, she said, oh, well, if I'm fired, I might as well finish this thing off.
I would agree. Just do it. Get it.
Mm-hmm. I would. You might as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have the job anyway, you might as well just finish what you started. I don't blame you.
She said it on Watch What Happens Live, too.
Mm-hmm.
She did say that on Watch What Happens Live. I do remember that now. You're right. And Richie, last week, I think it was last week, you said exactly what she was saying. When you're in a fight and you black out like that, it takes you a few days to kind of come down. Yep. So I was thinking about that when she was saying it, because that is believable.
And sometimes you just don't ever remember what happened. You just know that you were violent and you lost yourself, but like when it happened to me, I still don't have recollection of the events. It was exactly what happened. I really don't. Mm-hmm. So she's lucky she can remember bits and pieces, you know, afterwards.
It should just be a lesson. It should just be a lesson to people. Like, if somebody tells you to get their hands out of their face, you should do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely Candiace played a part in this. Candiace is accountable, but we'll get to that because now it turns out Candiace started the fight, but we'll get to that. We'll get to it. So
Monica, I have a quick question. So when she said she blacked out, and I've been in a fight before and you do kind of black out for a moment. So I know she said that, but then when she was in the car, she was recounting it to the producer like perfectly. What do we think about that?
Was she? I have to go back and look. I remember her telling the producer something, but was it everything that happened? I have to go back and look.
I thought it was like a play-by-play because I think they addressed it on Watch What Happens Live or Bravo chat room. I don't know where I heard it, but there was something about how she was able to recount the whole fight to the producer.
But in her defense, think of it. We've watched it, rewound it, paused it, and I still don't remember much of it. I keep having to rewatch it. So imagine being in like the actual fight. I don't remember some of it. I'm still traumatized.
God, yeah, same. I love that Ashley went to the bathroom at the perfect time. She didn't see any of it.
Yeah, because she lit that match. She lit the match.
Mm-hmm. So Gizelle, Bryant, and Wendy, they seize this moment to pile on Monique. They are single-handedly blaming Monique for the stereotype that, you know, all Black women are angry and violent, which is completely hypocritical, right? For Wendy to talk about representing all Black women when she verbally attacked Ashley in front of baby Dean, called her a fake ass bitch. How's that for representing Black women? I don't know.
Good point, Monica.
You know, and the Green Eye Bandits, remember, I mean, let's roll the videotape. Remember they attacked.
Yes, receipt.
I like the videotape.
They attacked Ashley back in season. Maybe I shouldn't roll the videotape. NBC been on my ass lately. About their video. Yeah, maybe I won't.
NBC is the most annoying to deal with.
Oh no!
Monique Kelly did not say that.
Well, it's okay. We can say whatever we want.
You call me. This is not going to affect your coins, Monique. I'm the one that has the opinion.
We can have an opinion. This is commentary. But literally last week, 5 minutes. Richie, 5 minutes after the video went live, after our live ended and it went live on YouTube, I got a copyright strike immediately from NBC. Now, the only way for that to happen, and from what I've seen and what I've experienced on YouTube, is they were watching the video live and then immediately, put in the copyright strike. Because normally what happens is with YouTube, if you use someone's content, because it happens to me, they send me a report every month of people that use clips of my videos. And it's like literally they'll ask you, do you want to report this? Do you want to? I don't report anything because I really don't give a shit. People can use clips, and it's like old videos, new videos. I don't mind. I mean, it's all fair use. It's not a big deal for me unless they take my whole entire video. Then that's something completely different, right? Yeah. So they didn't even wait a month to get the report. It was like 5 minutes after the video went live. So that was a setup. They were watching. And that's fine. I like when they watch. I like them watching.
Yeah, NBC is watching us. That's amazing.
How you doing, NBC?
Then I got an email from some NBC executive asking how many monthly views do I get on my website. Yeah. So I recently hired a CTO, Chief Technology Officer. I forwarded to him and he's handling it with them because it's like, why y'all want to know how much? I mean, I don't mind the request if there's some money involved, but I need to understand what's behind the request because they could be slick, they could, you got to be careful with NBC. I don't know what the hell they up to lately, but they can't censor us. This is our mouth, whatever we want. They can't stop that. This is so crazy.
I should learn something from her. I'm just like canceling myself.
Oh gosh,
you're killing me today. You split my sides like at least 5 times in this whole live.
So going back to that, Ashley. So these girls are blaming it again. They're saying that Monique is making the Black women look bad. Let's talk about that. Let's dive into that. Is Monique making Black women look bad? Does Monique in this show represent all Black women? Richie, what are your thoughts?
I hate this narrative. I could give you guys a TED talk on my feelings about this. I just think being a Black man and I think also thinking about Black women and Black and brown people in general, we represent ourselves, okay? We don't represent the entire culture of Black people or brown people. And I feel like it's a lot to put one incident on some person as to representing everything about a specific race. I think that's absolutely crazy. And I understand where it comes from, but I understand also too, where we are now and that we're not accepting that anymore. So Wendy's argument might have worked last year, but in light of everything that we've experienced this year, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't track and it doesn't hold. So to me, she needs to stop that. They all need to stop it with that false narrative because to me, that's self-hate.
Drop the mic. Just drop the mic. Preach, brother, preach. Monique, your thoughts?
Well, looking at Monique, I think she does represent Black women with a loving husband who dotes on her, who supports her, 3 beautiful Black children, showing what a great mom and wife she is. If we really want to talk about misrepresentation of Black women, let's talk about going back to a man that has multiple baby mamas. You not to date him because even they know this is some BS. Your father is disgusted by it, and you're going back to a man who has treated you like crap and has had a bunch of baby mamas. Let's talk about what that means for the Black female narrative. I'm over it.
Hot damn. Y'all are bringing it today.
Polar, it's the smoothie.
I got chills. Girl, you need to manufacture that smoothie. Amir, your thoughts?
I think it's very similar to whether you're queer or Muslim in this country. There's a lot they put on people of color and people of different sexual orientations to act for an entire community. How come white men get to do whatever they want and it doesn't affect the white community, but the minute anyone else does anything, oh, you're making Latinos look bad. You're making gay people look bad. I don't speak for an entire community. There are, pardon my French, assholes in every community. So for that. And everyone's human beings. Holding people to this unattainable standard that Wendy is doing is so ridiculous. The way that she's making it seem like, oh, I'm a good mother. Like, oh, sorry, Gizelle said that. I'm a good mother. I sat down with my daughters. They were disgusted. Well, good for you. Like, that's you.
Mother?
Like,
those same daughters didn't want her to be around Jamal either.
That part.
The same daughters that you keep disrespecting by bringing a slut of a husband around them that they don't even want to be around. They're so uncomfortable whenever daddy's around. They cringe, like, ooh, a restaurant, ooh. You know, if you look at their faces. Y'all pretty much, John, what are your thoughts on this issue?
I mean, a fight is a fight is a fight is a fight. It shouldn't matter who you are, what race you are. If you're feeling a certain way, you want to fight, then that's that. Like, I don't think it should be categorized into like any race or whatever. Like, if I'm mad and my blood's boiling and I'm going to fight somebody, I'm going to do it. And, you know, we're humans at the end of the day. It doesn't go, we have our own emotions. So, like, I don't know. Like, and I'm also confused about Wendy at Johns Hopkins because, like, do you think the people at Johns Hopkins are so happy that she's on the Real Housewives of Potomac? Do you really think that they're pleased with that when she's teaching, like, what? Psych 101 or whatever, you know, adjunct course she's teaching, like, you know, because she's trying to be a big shot with her 4 degrees. Like, you know, I think Wendy needs to sit down a little bit because, you know, your 2 classes that you're teaching at Johns Hopkins is, you know, does not make you Stephen Hawking's of the whole world. Sorry, that's it. The end. Good.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, academia is eternally judgmental. So they're going to watch this, any kind of whiff of drama, they're going to like come for her and she's going to lose that position. So yeah, I agree with John, but I think it's also a bit deeper because if y'all remember New Jersey, Teresa ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, pulled someone's hair, ran around a country club. You think that if a Black woman did that, what do you think would happen?
The same stereotype.
It was a fight. Like, look at Danielle and Margaret from Jersey last season. How many fights have we seen? Portia and Kenya. Like, you know, it's just a fight. Like, when you don't like somebody and things escalate, you get down. That's it. Like,
my thing is, you're so educated, Wendy, and you should know better. How do you perpetuate a stereotype put out by the same people? You know, she's perpetuating the stereotype made by the same people that oppressed her, basically, right? I get it. I understand that. Well, why would you perpetuate that on TV? Why would you even give life to that stereotype?
Right.
You know, who are you trying to impress? I don't get it with her. I think she's someone so smart. She's so stupid. And she made.
I went to school for like teaching. Like I have 4 college degrees, much like Wendy. I don't have my doctorate, but I have 4 college degrees. Okay, so like I went to school to be a teacher. So I kind of like have an idea of how that works. And I'm telling you that this Johns Hopkins, which is a well-known school, is not happy that Miss Wendy is on this show in the middle of this. You know, if she had full-time tenure, which you don't, then you better believe that she would not be on the show at all.
Of course not, because she'd be making money. She's not making any money. She's just a fill-in. She doesn't have tenure. She doesn't. So that's the issue right there. It's even her status, and that's why she was saying, I don't want to go back after the baby, because she's not full-time.
Yeah, she's a substitute with a bad manicure.
Yes. And then here's my other thing. You're talking about representation of Black women. I'm going to pull this damn photo up because I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for the people. Wendy, bleach your skin. Look at this. Her face is white. And I know a lot of people said, oh, Monica, that's just 10 layers of makeup. To me, that's even worse. Why are you wearing 10 layers of makeup to make yourself look white when you're a Black woman? And then look at the color of her hands.
Wow.
The hands compared to the face. Why do that?
Well, academia is really hard. It's a white man world. And if she's really at Johns Hopkins, I mean, you throw a stone, you're going to hit a old white man with saggy skin. So I think she probably is just like struggling to, we lost Monique. We're struggling to kind of keep up. And it's hard. Like, I have a cousin who is a tenured professor, and she's one of the only women of color in her whole department of 100 professors. So I'm not saying it's right that she bleached her skin, but I'm sure there's a pressure. She's not only, a Black woman, but she's African, and then I don't know, it's just she's darker. Like, I'm sure there's so much that goes into being in that environment, which sucks. I'm not saying it's right. It sucks.
And maybe in her defense, that picture was taken before Fenty Beauty came out and she couldn't find something that matched her complexion. I mean,
Yes,
that picture is not for everybody.
I want to marry you today. Like, you're
Monique
like,
is so funny. I mean, it goes back to a cultural thing too. She's Nigerian, and no offense to anybody, but in Africa and the Caribbean, bleaching is a very common thing. I mean, go to Twitter and just on the search bar, put in Wendy, RHOP, and her mother. There's a million comments about her mother's skin tone and the obvious bleaching. Okay, it's obvious, but it's common. It's common. It's a cultural thing, but does it make it right? And then don't walk around talking about who should represent Black people when you're doing stupid shit like that. Because clearly you don't love yourself. So stop the bullshit. Stop it.
Yep. Yeah, it's called Fair and Lovely. It's a bleaching cream they use in India and the Caribbean. Fair and Lovely. It's very famous.
You know everything I'm here. How the hell you know about that?
I know. I have umbrella knowledge, honey, for a rainy day.
Instead of dark and lovely, fair and lovely.
Yeah. We're just keeping it real. We're all family here, guys. We can have a family discussion. And these are the things that go on behind closed doors in a family. Okay? It's all love. There's no hate. Somebody said, you better read, Monica. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. We're family. This is what family does. So Gizelle, right? Oh, Lord. The pile-on, the hypocritical nonsense. Ashley, on the other hand, is very compassionate. I'm just loving Ashley this season.
I am too. Yeah.
I wanted to hug her last night and just wrap my arms around her and baby Dean and say, oh, who would have thought I'd have come to this, realization in life, where Ashley is the calm voice of reason, right? Yep. Ashley's compassionate. She says that she does not believe Monique has a violent streak. So in her mind, this is not a repetitive behavior. So she forgives Monique. And she also acknowledges that Monique is taking accountability for her actions, right? Yep. You should have seen Wendy's eyes. Her face went like this again. Okay, she did. It went like this. Her eyes opened up so big, like, what? And then Gizelle turned around and like, what? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear any kind of support for Monique or any kind of love for Monique. They came with an agenda. What are your thoughts on Ashley and her reaction to it? Richie?
I thought Ashley was fair. I just similar to Karen, I thought she was fair. I also think Ashley was able to extend that amount of grace because of the grace that the ladies have given her. Over the past couple of years, we've seen Ashley kind of go after everybody's, families, relationships, finances. And so to see her come back around this year and to see the ladies be able to celebrate her and to sort of rally around her after Candiace went at her so hard last year, I think she's just in a place where now she understands that level of grace and she's offering it to Monique.
Yes. Yeah. She's grown up. She's matured. Monique, your thoughts?
Yeah, Richie, you said it best. And I just was relieved because I remember how much grace Monique gave her last year. So I've been worried this whole season that Ashley was going to turn on her. And I'm so relieved that she's being supportive.
I saw this comment on Instagram yesterday too. They said Ashley supports Monique because Monique has security cam footage of Michael grabbing the cameraman's ass at her house and is blackmailing him. You're crazy. You should write for the show.
I don't think so. Monique got way too much to lose. No, that's illegal. That's a federal crime. Blackmailing is a federal crime, so I think she's dead.
Amir's like, wait a minute.
Money, that's a federal crime. No way. We have to get lawyers involved.
Not today, Satan. Not today. We're not letting that happen to Monique.
So Gizelle reads notes from her phone and claims Monique threatened to punch her in the face and went over like other past comments that didn't even involve her. what's her face, Robin and the umbrella, and then you threatened to drag Candiace, and then you actually dragged Candiace. You know, Gizelle came prepared with an agenda. She claims her and Jamal have images to uphold.
Oh.
Images.
Girl.
Let's get into this shit. Come on now, Richie.
Girl.
Come with it. Come with it, please. Images
What
to uphold.
What image?
Images to uphold. What the? She couldn't be talking
Wow,
about
Phaedra
Miss.
looks so happy there. Oh, Phaedra.
Not Daddy sleeping with the congregation, Mr. Chocolate. What is she talking about? What is she talking about?
So I said it in my live earlier. A lot of the image that a lot of the viewing audience have of Jamal is based on things that Gizelle has told us herself, circa season 1. So when she said cheat her, pumpkin eats her back in season 1, was it episode 1 or 2? Yep. I felt like she was giving us the dirt on Jamal before a lot of people actually maybe even knew who he was. I know a lot of people. Right. A lot of people might have known him from, you know, the church circuit. You know what I'm saying? But the general public may not have known who he was. So the fact that you are now trying to protect this image that you have painted yourself is what's alarming to me. It's like she has amnesia.
Yeah, well, she's full of shit. She's suffering from being full of shit. You know? I mean, preach. Monique, your thoughts?
I mean, you already went in. This man, you with a man who has all these baby mamas, and she called him a pumpkin eater, and he liked to hide his sausage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she sure did.
Stop. The image, are you worried about your image when you're chastising another black woman, since we want to make everything about black women? Are you worried about your image then? Come on.
And she's a woman of the cloth. Judgment? Is she sitting in a place of judgment? Where's her prayer cloth?
Monica, I can't believe
you did not just say she's a woman of the cloth. Oh my God, I can't.
Oh Monica is all today.
I mean, it's just these jokes with themselves. I mean, it's just so ridiculous, right? Amir, thoughts, honeys. I know you got some stuff going on in that head.
Yeah, I can't. I'm looking forward to Amir.
Listen, I think Gizelle saying that she's worried about her image and her reputation is like Donald Trump saying he's trying to uphold the Constitution. So for me, it's a no.
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
You went there, Amir. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness gracious. John, your thoughts?
I can't be a woman of the cloth, Monica. Like, I think, I can't even, like, say anything else because that just took me out. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that one. I'm gonna take a pass on this question, Monica.
Monica, that's my girl.
We can't be talking about Mr. Sex, Lies, and Pulpit. I mean, seriously, who are we talking about here?
Ooh, I would watch that movie, honey. I would watch that on BET. That would be a nice movie on BET. I would watch
her book. She even wrote a whole book about Jamal in third person, pretending to be someone else, a fictional book about his escapades in the church. I mean, come on.
She needs some pointers from Monique Kelly, honey, to how to write a book.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Write a book where they don't know who's who.
Y'all need to go and pre-order Monique's book. Monique, tell them about your book, honey.
Oh, my book. Oh, this little old thing. Hold on. Hold it up. Pre-order on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. You're going to love it. It's about 3 women coming of age in their 40s, realizing the life that they thought they were going to have is not what it is, and making sense of it. Divorce, depression, Hollywood, lies, and sisterhood. Real sisterhood.
A real book. Now that's a read. Y'all need to go pre-order that book. I'm going to drop a link in the comment section again, Monique. Send it to me if you can.
I pre-ordered, Monique. I'm pre-ordered.
I'm pre-ordered too. But I want
I'm doing it now.
I love you guys. Thank you.
And you know what? I'm going to get 6 more copies. Yes. Yes, I support my people.
I love you, sis.
We love you too. So, Gizelle, you know, the judgment and the hate. and the relentless, pounding. Robin jumps in and calls Monique a liar and reminds Monique about, screaming and running behind the bar and the broken glass. She said, no, you, Candiace didn't hit you with the glass. You had red wine on your face. It wasn't white wine. They keep verbally beating up Monique. I couldn't say. I would have gotten up and walked away. I give her so much credit for sitting there. Nene thought she got beat up at the reunion. Nene's my girl now. But that was nowhere compared to what Monique went through last night, in my opinion.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And her lip was bleeding, right? Like it wasn't red wine.
Inside her mouth got cut. She had to go to the ER and get treatment for that. Yeah, stitches and stuff, I believe.
And her lip even looked a little swollen at Karen's house. It looks a little swollen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I had Robin getting on Karen's case for not yelling at Monique. Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Robin was too angry. I was like, what are you exactly angry about? And I felt like Gizelle bringing up all the past occurrences and then being like, well, now you did it. You can't, this is not Minority Report. You can't hold people accountable for stuff that happened.
I know. Who are you? She started bringing up everything. I mean, the whole history, as if, that counts towards something that was done to her. Mm-hmm.
She was like, you killed a spider 4 weeks ago. You're a murderer. It's what's going on?
So when it's not going their way, right? Gizelle is like, she thought she had this whole thing planned out. She was going to read off her script and her girls were going to, her girls did back her up. But she thought Ashley and Karen were going to fall in line. She's like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And I really feel in my mind, she thought that, I guess now it's what the two Stooges was going to follow behind her, but they didn't. They said, no, we're going to sit here and make our coin, honey. We need camera time. Yeah. Especially Robin. She need that camera time now. She need that.
April made that comment.
I'm going to tell you, I felt like Robin just needed a moment last night. And, here's the thing. God bless her, because I felt like she needed it because she hadn't had a moment all season. Now, if you think about it, in reality,
so kind of like how Erica Jane had her moment with Denise.
Exactly.
And exactly. Ted had her moments too, going after Garcelle. Are you mine?
Exactly.
Yeah, Robin knows.
Are you talking about Erica or demoted Erica? Demoted.
I keep hearing that, but it's not confirmed.
Yeah,
anymore.
so she's back. She's back.
Yeah, I keep hearing it. People, it's a rumor that started on Instagram or Twitter somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna wait before I report it.
No, I think they started filming last night, and I think she's back.
She's back, right? Yeah.
They're not going to get rid of her. They like her. They like her. But I think, you know what, y'all? I think Gizelle lost the minute she walked in with a bodyguard. We knew she wasn't there to listen. She wasn't there to really hear. And when Robin walked in wearing sequins during the daytime, I stopped hearing what she was saying. So that was my opinion.
He was done after that, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't trust a woman who wears sequins in the daytime.
Or he's like tea in the microwave. That took me out last week.
But what did
tea in the microwave? I have a list. You show up with a bodyguard that's paid by the hour. No, thank you. You show up, you microwave the tea, you wear sequins in the daytime, and you don't, lotion up. I love supple skin. Gotta lotion up.
What did Gizelle was gonna think was gonna happen once she walked in Karen, that she needed armed security? Like, what did she think was gonna happen? Like, oh, you know what? I better hire somebody, for like an hour and a half from Groupon. So these girls don't come at me. Like, did she really need like a higher security? Oh, so what? Ashley's gonna come at her? Like what? Like she needed someone to fight off these girls at Karen's house. Like
yeah. The whole place. It was a dramatic effect. It was just Gizelle is acting and she's doing way too much. Just way too much.
Way too much.
So she storms out the door, and Monique.
And it wasn't even a storming, Monica. I wish it was more dramatic. Like, I wish she would have stormed. I wish she would have been. She just was like, Gizelle. I mean, Robin, I'll call you later. And then it was like, girl, just go. Just go.
I legit think she was tapping Robin to really come with But when Robin would look like she wasn't moving, she said, "I'll call you later instead." You know what I'm saying? I think that tap was really meant to signal her, "Walk out with me, girl. It's our time. This is what we said we was gonna do.
This is our moment." Yep.
And then Robin was like, "No, I'm having my moment right now."
Hey, I wanted to read this comment real quick, guys. Hot says, "How are you guys gonna sit here and defend Monique? She's full of foolishness. She's always ready to fight. So annoying. I like seeing people when they just fight with words." Well, girl, I don't know where the hell you come from. I like,
Oh my God.
I like to see them fight and scrap. I grab my popcorn and my wine. I love it. Shit.
Well, hot. Don't you ever watch Basketball Wives, honey? You have PTSD up, down, center, left, right, and around. Because those girls flip, they jump over a table. Evelyn Lozado, honey, gets a running start and jumps over the table.
I'm so glad, Amir. I'm so glad you said that, because low key, the people that's watching this, that's claiming that they are so aghast at this fight, y'all ain't seen a fight, okay? Let me let y'all know. Y'all ain't seen a real fight on TV.
Yeah, that was barely a fight.
That was lightweight right there.
Nothing. Y'all haven't seen Bad Girls Club where they bring pots and pans into the fight, honey.
That was like G-rated My Little Pony type fight, like that. You watched right there, like that was barely a fight.
Get out of here!
It wasn't even a fight. It was just.
You shouldn't even be watching TV.
You said also, I said
cut
this
the cable, boo. Ricky's ready to cut your
how to fight. You don't get up in somebody's face. You say a read, and you'll be like, "Yeah, drag me," and then you run.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know who does it well, who doesn't get in the fights? I felt like Yolanda would say what she needed to say and would read people for filth and kind of just like go to the side. She did a good job, I thought.
You're talking about Yolanda Hadid?
Yolanda Hadid. Mm-hmm.
Can we have a moment of silence for her? I need her to come back. I miss her.
I was like, did she die?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. And then on Beverly Hills Housewives, I adore Yolanda. Just a side note. I miss her. Just a side note.
You took me out, Monique. I thought she died. I was like, girl.
No, she's very much alive and fabulous and beautiful.
Yeah, she's living her best life, and she's a grandma now, a grandma. So nice. Gigi,
so nice. There was a couple comments about this, Monica, about us being Team Monique, but I said it in the beginning. I'm still on the fence, so I'm hearing everyone's opinions, but I know Candiace's, okay, it's gonna be shady, but if I'm gonna be on the fence, I can't be shady.
Right?
Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure?
I was gonna be real shady, and I just
say it. Please be shady. I love shade. Say it.
I was gonna say Candace with her big old Tyra Banks forehead, honey, on that table.
That's not even shady. Come on, she's a bobblehead.
Wait, but can I just say this, you guys? Look at Candiace's session with her therapist. She still takes no accountability. Even the therapist is like, what did you do to
I know.
incident? Even the therapist is like, you ain't quick. So come on, she's not taking accountability for her part either.
No. Well, let's get to that. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Monica. I didn't even skip that.
Okay, baby, that's okay. That was the next part. Your segue into it. And
Monica, real quick. Someone called Gizelle Gizelle, and that's hilarious. I've never.
Who was that? April B? That sounds like an April B comment.
That does sound like an April B.
April B always has those singers.
No, even the therapist seemed like he was being coached by producers to ask certain questions, right? He goes, so you didn't play any part in the fight? Not a little bit? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. It takes two to tango. It takes two. Unless somebody just runs up on you and starts punching you because you slept with a man last week, that's a whole different scenario. There was a whole exchange, and Candiace did play a part in it. But anyway, so Candiace at her therapist's office. Let's get into it. She starts her version of events, with a folded tissue in the hand, of course, for dramatic effect, right? So in between the crocodile tears, she tells the therapist that she's been pummeled on Twitter because after it leaked to the blogs about the fight, people started tweeting that she got dragged and got her ass beat. Candiace, this is the same Candiace that called Ashley a roach and a bed wench and made homophobic tweets and called the baby Chucky.
She called the baby Chucky?
Huh?
She called the baby Chucky?
Yeah. Oh, girl, I'll send you that article. I'll clip it in here somewhere. She called the baby Chucky and ugly. Yeah, she went, and that's why her mama hit her upside the head with the purse. That's what that was about. Yeah, she even came out and said it. Her mother hit her with the purse after she went online and called a complete stranger's baby ugly and Chucky.
Oh my God.
I have new respect for the mom. I was very anti the mom, and I thought the mom was painted in such a bad light. But I'm kind of realizing the mom can't control Candiace. So
she needs to. Some kids do need to get hit upside the head. It's sad to say. I don't promote violence, but some kids are hard-headed. They don't listen, and there's nothing you can do besides them upside the head.
I got knocked upside my head a few times and it straightened me out right away. Thank you, Mommy.
I was dragged as a child, beat with irons. But listen, it made me a better person today.
No, the wooden spoons.
Yeah, I have so much respect for my elders, and it made, please, I'm not a problem on society. I'm a well-rounded individual that contributes to society. Candiace is a problem in society. So anyway, the therapist asked Candiace if she feels that she did anything to contribute to the altercation or the demise of the friendship. Candiace is adamant she did nothing. She said, nothing that I did to her warranted what she did to me. Nothing.
Are you kidding?
That's a problem within itself, right there.
Yeah.
She just doesn't get it, and she'll never get it. Richie, sound off. What are your thoughts?
She didn't press charges on her mama when her mama hit her with that purse.
Because her mama would have had to bail her out with her own mama's money. Like,
I don't know. I just feel like I think the unfortunate thing with Candiace is, and I hate to say it, but I feel like it's maturity, right? I feel like you have to be able to look back at a certain point in time and own some of your behavior, and it's a year later and she's still owning none of it. And I think that's the problem with her. It's a failure to own bad behavior. And I think that's how you grow.
Right.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, we don't see that growth over the year.
No, it's going to take a life. It's going to take a series of life events to mature Candiace, because she's living in La La Land. It's going to take a couple more beatdowns, a couple more dragging, maybe her husband leaving her. She's going to have to go through some things to grow up.
Right.
Because she's stunted in terms of her growth. Her emotional growth, what is that called?
Enabling?
Emotional intelligence, right? EI. Her EI is very low. So I love this comment here by Tracy. Abuse in one house is love in another. Amen, sister.
Do y'all think there's a lot of enablers as well? Like, I feel like even her mom even though the mom was trying to kind of put her on the straight and narrow, paying for things, like, and then Chris kind of co-signed stuff. Like, he's like, how are you feeling, kind of feeds into it. And I guess Chris is kind of a famed clout chaser as well. So it just I don't know. She doesn't have a good girlfriend to be like, girl, what are you doing? What's going on?
She would never have a friend like that. She would dump people like that. She would call them haters that call her out, hold her accountable for her behavior.
Call everyone a hater.
She surrounds herself with people that laugh with her. They're really laughing at her, but in her face, like Gizelle and Robin, they're laughing and encouraging her and taunting her with the behavior. So,
And I think that's also why they are backing her, because they know that, in my belief, it's that they believe that they can manipulate her to continue to keep the drama going on this show. And so because they can do that, that means that they can keep their hands clean, stand back, and let her do the heavy lifting every year.
Smart. Good point, Richie. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Interesting.
Why don't we take some calls, y'all? Why don't we do that? You want to do that? Bernice.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey. Monique, I love that shirt. That's cool.
Thank you.
Hey Richie, hey Amir, hey John, hey Mike.
Hey.
How you doing? I got my notes like Gizelle. Got my notes.
There you go.
You ready to go.
Gizelle needs to get the whites from Real Housewives of Atlanta to help her with her style and her interior decorating.
Yes.
Okay. Robin, she's just a sidekick. She don't have anything to say unless Gizelle is around to maneuver her. Wendy, I lost all respect for Wendy. She was an educated one, but she's an educated fool. Because when they came into that house, all three of their demeanor said, I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to judge you. And if you don't bow down to us, I don't care about you anymore. All three of them, their demeanor said that when they came in. I love Karen. Karen is the only one who took the higher ground. She said, even though both of them are wrong, they both are my friends. I'm going to support both of them.
Yep.
I'm not choosing sides. Both of y'all was wrong. This narrative of the angry black woman, how three angry black women going to tell another black woman she angry?
Exactly. Bingo.
There it is.
Thank you, Bernice.
Exactly, Bernice.
Come on now, really? Really? And when they show the scenes for the next season, you proving her point. Y'all all acting a damn fool. Now, when they show Miss Candiace jumping over the table or whatsoever to get to Chris, that's not dignified for a black woman to be on TV. No, is it? So you contradicting yourself. And Candiace would never admit that she's wrong. Her husband enables her. Her mother enables her. And all around them enables her. She's like a little baby. Oh, she just say little cute things. She don't mean it. No, you got to be accountable for what you say.
Yep.
Because in real life, that's what happens. You're going to tell me, you're going to say dirty stuff to me, and then say, oh, you can't react to that. Like, I don't want you to react like that. Are you crazy?
Right.
Really? And I'm looking forward to the reunion because Monique said everything's going to come out.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. That's going to be good. I'm going to have my popcorn and everything. So, and Richie, I looked at you earlier today. Everything that you said was on point. And
thank you.
I know that you, because I could see that like it was draining you. Don't let it drain you. I worked at a job for 27 years with people who I didn't like. I would go in that job every day, say my prayers, put on my rod and my shield, and do my job and leave. I didn't take it personal. I didn't get caught up in the drama. And Monique know that. Candiace don't know that yet. So she got a lot to learn. So it's good seeing you guys.
Hi, baby.
So cute. Because she watched the show last too, so now she's a fan.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye. Hey guys, we got a special guest calling in all the way from DC, and that's my friend Sweet Cookie.
Cookie!
I got her on the phone. Okay, Cookie, I'm gonna hold the phone up to the microphone. I'm gonna put it on speaker. That's probably the best thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
That makes more sense.
Oh, she called. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Cookie, can you hear me?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Can y'all hear her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cookie, go ahead, honey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, they can hear you.
Hi, babies, how y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, so let's get it started.
Yes,
Gizelle, the only image you can uphold is the image of being a bad mother. Okay, John, are you Gizelle right now? Who's John?
No, it's just me, Ramona Singer, just here, like real quick, because like I just wanted to follow like Gizelle's lead, okay, guys, and like I got my own bodyguard now, okay. So like now I don't have to wear a mask anywhere, okay. So just saying, like, what's up, everybody? Like I think Gizelle's great, okay, and now I have my own personal security. So I rented KB. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so there it is.
Ramona, she wasn't that great. You wouldn't take a selfie with her.
Thank you. She sure want to take a selfie with Gizelle.
Okay.
Cookie, you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I would just like to say, Gizelle, you're a bad mother. That's the image you need to be trying to fix. If everybody remembers when Giselle's daughter told her a couple of seasons ago that she doesn't feel loved, what kind of mother would allow Bravo to let that air on TV? You or your child will never live that down, that you let your child tell you on national TV that she doesn't feel loved. Okay, you're so busy worried about trying to find a man, because for 5 seasons you haven't found one, that you had to go back to the daggone dirty, nasty pastor, okay? Are you pulling up your phone with notes, talking about you got notes on what Monique has done? Where are your notes on how many babies Jamal has, okay? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that you have not liked Monique since day one. So you don't really have anything to say good about her, okay? If you wanted to try to find something, you still wouldn't, because you just don't like her. Robin didn't leave because Robin thought the IRS was outside. That's why she got her butt still on the sofa, because she's running from the IRS, okay? Robin, pay your IRS bill and then go find Juan at his girlfriend's house, okay? All of them got their own issues, but they want to keep talking about Monique. This is the second time we've heard about Robin owing the IRS. Okay, you selling $30 Kmart hats that's $4.99 online. Girl, bye. I'm sorry. Richie's hat that he got on costs more than Robin's hat. Stop it, please. Okay? Wendy, baby, if you don't get them edges fixed, okay, looking like Dracula, okay, and your mismatched makeup, one day you bleach, the next day you got on mismatched makeup. Your face is one color, your neck is another color, then your hair is another color. Okay? Now your in-laws and all told us nobody likes your hair. Okay? John Hopkins gonna meet you at the door and tell you bye-bye. Okay? No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You're not gonna keep coming for my girl Monique. Y'all don't even know what a beatdown is. Let me get a hold of one of y'all bitches, and then you're gonna see what a beatdown is. 5, 6, 7 camera angles. I'm going to give it to you on all of them. Now, stop playing with me when it comes to my girl. Because all of them broke bitches is jealous that Monique and Chris are living their life that they want to live and they can't live. Wendy and Robin in Baltimore, okay? What's her name? What's the other one name? Candiace and Oxon Hill. In D.C., anybody on here know, we all call Oxon Hill Ward 9, because it's right up the street from Southeast. Bitch, stop playing with me, okay? Now, anything that I left out?
I think you covered it all, Cookie. Richie, did you leave anything out?
Richie, my boo-boo.
Hey, Cookie, did you see my exclusive about Wendy and her Nigerian family lineage being cursed? Did you see that?
Baby, I called Karen and told her she better save that house. I don't care if that was filmed last year. She better save that damn house, because the curse is still lingering around. Probably some of that bleach then leaked off too, and some of that makeup. All of it, child. I ain't got time for them broke bitches. Amir, hi Amir.
All right, Cookie. Thank you so much for calling in, y'all. That was our special guest, Cookie. I'll call you later, babe. Okay, bye.
Okay, love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo, child, that was a read. Woo.
Cookie, honey, she read them up, down, and center, my God.
Whoa. All right, y'all. Let's add Jamal to the stream. Hey, Jamal.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This, I just don't understand. So I'm with everyone on the whole black women, this, black women, that. Here's my thing. You guys have had this platform for 5 years, and none of you have done anything to uplift black women. In my opinion, has always been to tear down. So if you are so much above, why are you going so far below? Gizelle, why are you trying to uphold an image that no one wants? Give that shit to Robin and Juan. Let them try to carry the luggage for a little bit, because nobody wants that. Nobody. Monique, I mean, I wouldn't have put no hands on her like that. I mean, you do that off camera, but not on camera. So I'm with a couple other people. Let me just toe the line so I see everything if there's more to it. And also, I want to know the timeline. Like, does anyone know, did Monique find out what happened during the season, or was it all after the season? Like the whole plotting and all that stuff. I want to know, did she find out during the season, and this is why she reacted the way she reacted, or did she find out afterwards? Because it just seems very odd for her to go off like that, just completely just whoop her behind in public.
Oh, she found out while they were filming because.
See, okay, that's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. And Ashley, I mean, I've gone back and forth with Ashley, but that posting up has done her good. I mean, she is like centered. She's like, I got the posting up. I got another baby on the way. She just seems so mature. I'm like, damn. Is that what a post up is? All you need just to come up? I mean, like, y'all take notes. This is Ashley gets a master class. Get that together. And Gizelle, like, my issue with her is this: why be mean to Monique? You should have befriended her, been her best friend. Chris is an ex-football player. I'm sure he has some ex-football player friends.
Right. Exactly.
Get you like a Baltimore executive, a Baltimore player, maybe Ed Reed is available. I mean, you could have worked that and not have a cabin in the woods and actually live in Potomac. Like, you could be next to Karen. Even if it's Rittenhouse, you could be next to Karen.
Mm-hmm. She fumbled the bag. Yep.
She did. She really, really did. She really, really did. And I want your guys' opinion on this. So watching the scene, to me, Wendy, Robin, and Gizelle came out so fake and rehearsed. I mean, that it stood out compared to Karen, Monique, and Ashley. Like, did you guys see the same thing? There was a stark difference of reaction. Did everybody get that? So you guys all felt the same way? I was like, whoa, this really seems way, 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 way off. And I was like, when you can go home, I mean, ma'am, you're not going to have a job soon. So she's really trying to secure this bag for next year, because she's talking about, oh, I don't know if I want to go back to Johns Hopkins. They don't want you back. You're on a reality TV show. Why would they want you back? No. You cannot be teaching like what Psych 203, talking about, well, this is what you don't do. Well, you out here acting a plum fool for no reason. You have no issues with no one. You have Gizelle's issues. Quit fighting Gizelle's issues. And why are you so pressed to be friends with these girls when they're not really interested in you like that? Because you really see they don't really go anywhere together. You don't see them talking on the phone, going out to the club. None of that. Zero. And last thing, with Candiace and Monique, I'm disappointed in both of them, because how you gonna let a chick who don't like either of you play you both at the same time? That's where I'm done. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I can't do it with them, but I still love Monique though. Candiace can go. Candiace reminds me of annoying Bratz doll. That's why she irks me. She's like that little Bratz doll with the lips with the too much makeup on. Like, it's just annoying. Yeah, just annoying. So that's it, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, honey. Bye, Jamal.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Jamal.
See you in a week, honey. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Monica, someone's saying that she don't work at Johns Hopkins. Wendy don't work. Sources.
But when I need to do some more research, because I'm hearing conflicting things. I'm hearing that she was laid off, and then someone said, "No, go check out their website. She's on there." But when I went to look, I didn't see her. So I don't know. I just gotta dig. I might even call their HR department and see through my background security company. Yeah. Anyway, well, we'll get to the bottom of it. I have that somewhere in a classified file someplace. We'll get to it.
What are you? Are you Dorinda? You're Dorinda.
Going through the classified files. Hey, Michael.
Hi.
Hi.
Y'all, I'm sitting here. Giselle said she got an image of her. I'm trying to figure out what daggone image she trying to uphold. Maybe my glass is a little dirty, but I'm trying to figure this out because it's been what? What are you upholding? The fact that your ex-husband had children on you while he was with another woman while y'all were engaged, had children on you while y'all were married in the congregation that he was a pastor at up here in Baltimore. And then after y'all divorced, he went down to Newburgh eventually, left you with his little Gucci Mini Cooper, and then went to Atlanta and got another person pregnant.
Hey.
What image are we upholding? Like Cookie said earlier, the fact that your daughter said that she don't feel love, that's not an image to uphold. And then as far as Wendy, I feel like Wendy should have took her own advice. They were sitting there talking about something, oh, Monique is not remorseful. She's not remorseful. You cannot browbeat her into being remorseful if she's not remorseful at that moment. It takes time. It takes time. When you have been in a fight, you do not get up the next day and say, oh man, I wish I hadn't beat her face like that. No, you like Monique said, a couple of days later, your adrenaline is still running. You still, every time you think about it, you get angry again. You get angry again. You be like, I wish I had did this. I wish. Then eventually, after you come down off that adrenaline rush, then you're like, I could have went about that a better way. I wish I had walked away. I wish I had just left. I wish I had not responded to them at any type of way. That's a process. It's not an instantaneous next day. Oh, I'm so sorry. It doesn't work. Now, back to Robin and Gizelle. Here's what I think of them. I think that picture says enough.
Oh my goodness. That is too funny.
Oh my God.
She's a clown.
I'm just saying, like, let's keep it 100.
I thought
She's
I got
not
disconnected. I was like, who's that? Oh.
But no, it's like Robin.
Michael,
I feel like Robin.
Shadier than the day is long, honey.
I feel like Robin could have been a little bit more open-minded, considering how she was so upset about Ashley and them talking about her finances, talking about her and Juan. She should have been a little more understanding of Monique, that this girl is, taunting her. You walked up in Ashley's business and you talking about this is in your face. This is in your face. Putting your hands in her face to the point where she was actually putting her hand up to block you from touching her. And Gizelle talking about we got an image to uphold. Well, that same image is you talking about something. Sharice will drag you. Robin will drag you over the river and through the woods. To my house we go. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Just hypocritical and full of it.
Yes, and I respect Karen for trying to moderate and being in the middle.
Yeah.
I just had a question about the fact that Monique called her, and initially they were saying, we're not going to have Candiace there. It's not time for you to see her. And then Karen called Candiace and was like, I'm just letting you know. And I was trying to figure out, was she actually trying to invite Candiace, and Candiace said no, or what was going on with that? If anybody knows.
I have to rewatch that.
Going on with what, baby?
When Karen called Candiace the day of the sit down that they had with Monique, and she was saying, I'm just letting you know what's going on. I was trying to figure out, was she inviting her? Because then Candiace said, I don't want to be there. I've talked to all the women already. So I was trying to figure out, was that Karen extending an invite after she had already said that she didn't think it was time for Monique and Candiace to be around each other? I just wanted some clarity on that.
I think how I viewed it was that she was calling her to be transparent. Because if you're having to sit down with everybody else and she's not invited because she didn't invite her, it's going to come off like you're excluding me. So I just looked at it like she was just doing it to be transparent and keep her in the loop about what's going on,
Okay.
So it don't look like she's taking favorites or something.
Okay.
That's why I thought.
Okay, I get that. Okay. Was there anybody I left out? No, but let's do this one more time. Just so we all know.
I love it.
And that's that on that. Period.
All right,
Period.
Michael. Thank you, honey. You know I love your commentary.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye. You have a great day.
Wait. There was one more thing.
Uh-huh.
DJ Richie, did you see that Wendy apparently she looked at your video of the Monique when you interviewed her? Because she was on Twitter last night. She was telling Monique, I don't understand why you tagged me. But I think that was kind of phony of Wendy to say one thing to Monique, and then when they got around, I guess that was after the rehearsal that Gizelle and Robin and them had on the three-way call.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think it would have been better for Wendy to have stayed in the middle as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, Michael. Bye,
I'll see you
Have a
guys
great
next
day.
week.
Enjoy
Thank
your day
you.
at work.
Hey,
guys,
Monica,
Yep.
here's the thing. Think about Married to Medicine. I still have hope for Monique and Candiace. Mariah and Toya, remember they had that knockdown drag out and then they became close friends. So if they take out the other noise, it is possible that they can reconnect and reunite, especially since the husbands seem to like each other. Just hope.
Well, the difference there, and I agree with you. I mean, looking at on a higher level surface, two adults, mature adults, can put the differences aside and make up. Anything can be healed. But we're talking about a 12-year-old girl and a grown-ass 35-year-old woman.
That's true. You're right. Okay.
Candiace has a lot of mental catching up to do before she can even, consider a reconciliation. For her, it's just a big old game. Okay.
Yeah, but they're coworkers though, like I think sometimes we forget when we watch a show that they actually are coworkers. These people are not always friends. That's why I like when Karen was like, I don't care about the cameras. I don't care about the show. I'm your friend. Like that was very genuine.
I love that. That was so, yeah.
Karen is just amazing. I forgot to bring this up, guys. During Candiace's therapy session, she admitted that she flipped, when Monique was flipping her hair, she flipped Monique's jacket. At the same time, when she flipped Monique's jacket is when Gizelle pushed Monique, and that's when the whole fight kind of like took off. So it turns out Candiace started the fight, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all pick up on that? Did you pick up on that, Richie?
I didn't pick up on that, but it makes sense.
She said, yeah, she was flipping my hair and then I flipped her jacket. And at that same point, you saw the two hands touching Monique's jacket. That's when Gizelle was pushing Monique to like back up, I guess. And she, that's when she grabbed her hair because she was hit.
No, Monica, if they really wanted to stop that fight would have been stopped like it was stopped with Robin both those times. They wanted those girls to fight.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get Monique's hand off her head though. I know once you got somebody's hair like that and you're holding it, no one can. It's hard. It's hard. It's kind of hard.
Go short, ladies. Go short.
Go ahead, Richie.
Well, I just think that going back to it's so hard to pinpoint like how it all happened with those clips that we've seen that's edited. Mm-hmm. So what I had to go back to was the fact that the case was dismissed, right? So given that the case was dismissed, what that has to mean is that either both were at fault or it didn't occur the way we've seen it, right? Mm-hmm. Because the judge would have had to have seen unedited footage. Right. And what we're seeing and analyzing is edited footage. So if the judge looks at the unedited footage and decides to dismiss the case altogether, we're not seeing the full picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. They dropped charges because they both equally did the same action. I mean, they could have went ahead with a case, but when Candiace realized the prosecutor or the DA or attorney general was like, look, I'm going to charge both of you. You can either drop it now or you both get charged because you both assaulted each other at the end of the day. Candiace was assaulting Monique with that glass. She was wailing it in her hand. I mean, she's at fault too. Someone could have gotten seriously hurt with that.
Oh my God, that was bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone in the comments had said, Robin did an interview yesterday and said Karen had security in another room, but I just got confirmation from my insider source and they said, no, she didn't. Bravo had security there. Maybe that's what she thought when she arrived, but it was Bravo that had security in another room, not Karen. So Karen didn't hire private security. just for clarification. Yeah. Yeah.
Good tea.
Yeah. I'm going to add April to the stream. Hey, April.
Hey,
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
April
hear you.
Oh, Richie, like my spirit touched yours, and Monique, this whole Black woman representation and what you did to Black women and how you represent. I was like, shut the entire fuck up about this Black women narrative. Listen, bitches be fighting. That's my motto from the side. Bitches be fighting. And it doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity. People are still human. And I don't walk out the door representing anything other than my Black ass. So if a bitch wanna run it, we can run it. But you don't have to be professional. But I would, when I'm at work and I might get threatened, I'll say, listen, I would rather not do that. But as soon as I drive off campus, meet me at the Krispy Kreme, we can get it popping.
I love you, April.
This notion that we are above and there is a status symbol where we shouldn't be behaving. Listen, Michelle Obama has 38,000 degrees. She was first lady and they still called her a monkey. There's no reason to operate under a white gaze. It doesn't benefit anyone. You got to be your human self. And I really believe that Monique was reacting to her friend being shady, being a raggedy bitch behind her back, talking about her family and children. Yeah. Listen, if you're my friend and hoes are talking about me, my first question is, what the hell did you say, ho, when they were talking? What did you say? Because why were you sitting around kikiing with a bunch of bad built bitches talking about my family? And I just don't understand well, we know Gizelle's problem. She's a miserable trollop in a cabin, in a haystack, as I heard another YouTuber. She's in a haystack and she's dealing with all of that trauma or whatever. But this whole episode just put me through too much. And I mean, Monique should take a break. But Gizelle is gonna realize that her and her broke ass friend, we don't want to see them going to Golden Corral in sequins to eat. We don't want to see that. So we're gonna need Monique on the show. We're gonna need women. Yeah, we're gonna.
You did not say Golden Corral, girl.
Five-star restaurants and
Cracker Barrel,
all of that. I don't want to see Robin.
Cracker Barrel is a step up from Golden Corral.
Robin and Monique at Applebee's talking about the mess. Like, no, we need
Applebee's is like the Neiman Marcus of all the things you said.
Getting there like 2 for $20.
But I mean, I yes,
splitting a dessert.
Fabulous. But Monica, keep it coming. Bring all the tea. Candiace she needs to get mollywopped again, and it might be by Ashley because Ashley grew up destitute, so she probably has hands.
She probably does. Yeah,
she probably has hands. So I don't think she wants to do that at a party. But I really need Monique to stay on the show. I'm also buying Monique's book, but I need Monique to stay on the show because I want to see what develops. And I think eventually they can be friends again if you can get these broke Billy Goat bitches out of the conversation. Then Monique and Candiace can reconcile. But you got, and then Wendy is trying to locate her edges. If I see that Beijing spray one more time in a confessional, I have never seen Beijing layered in a square. I was like, what is going on? It's just so much going on. I can't wait to the reunion, though. I know all of the family tea is coming out. I'm so excited. And I will be back here next Monday in formation.
I love you, April. Oh my God. I love
you. John, I'm sending you more money. I love you.
Oh, she is so sweet. April, you are the sweetest, kindest, funniest.
I love you
all.
Love you, honey. You just gave me my entire life. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you.
I love her.
Don't talk about Michelle Obama. No, we're not talking about Michelle Obama in the chat. No.
Someone talk about don't nobody talk about Michelle. Those are fighting words.
Let me get on my mod duties and kick some
Don't
bitches.
go there. please. Thank you.
All
I
right,
don't got
honey.
time for that.
See you next Monday.
All right. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
girl. Bye.
Bye, April.
Oh my goodness, today was something else, boy. We had Cookie, April, Jamal, all
At
this.
Ramona.
we don't talk about Michelle Obama much.
Ramona's
Just saying,
back.
okay.
John in that wig. Oh my God.
I'm a good parent. Me and Avery have a good connection. Like, we drink wine every night, okay? And like, we don't wear masks. So just saying.
Richie, how can they find you?
On everything at DJ Richie Sky, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Monique?
Hi, I'm on Instagram at Cocktails and Confessions, TikTok at Cocktails and Confessions, and then you can always go to my website, confessionsofaseriodater.com.
Amir?
Hi, y'all. Yes, you can find me at Amir Yas Official on Instagram, and I almost said Facebook. And the Cameo and the TikTok, I'm on all of it. And then I'm going to be a virtual audience member on Watch What Happens Live at some point this week, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome. John, how can they find you? And what do you have going on this week? I know you're a busy man.
They can find me in the street. That's where I'll be with my wig. Just working real hard. The girl's got to make a living. So that's what you guys can find me on Instagram at JohnnyH327.com, on YouTube and everywhere else, Twitter, Cameo, at JohnnyH327. And tonight, if anybody is a 90 Day Fiance fan, I will be going live with Vanessa's ex-husband, who is now with so if you're a 90 Day Fiance fan, join me on my YouTube at JohnnyH327. I'll be talking to Vanessa's cult girlfriend's ex-husband. So it's going to be good.
You don't want to miss that, guys. That's going to be super hot.
Monica will be joining me on that. So yeah, this should be good.
Super hot. I'll be joining John. And you can find me, Monica. You can find me, Monica, at allaboutthetea.com, the blog. I'm at allaboutthetea on Instagram. You can email me. I'm at editor@allaboutthetea.com. I'm on Twitter. It's allaboutthetea. That's DAT. Guys, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for rocking with us this afternoon. We be having so much fun. I don't want it to end. We need an after party or something. We need to organize like an after party, right? Ooh, yeah, for adults.
Yes, amen.
Mm-hmm. John and his wigs and stuff, an adult.
Yeah, listen. So, like, who should I be next week? Should I turn this into a Karen wig? Like, who do you want me to be from Potomac? Because like, I'm gonna have to
Oh, don't do Karen like that.
Giselle. Wait, who do you want me to be? I could do
Gizelle. That's a Gizelle wig. That's Gizelle or Robin. Thank you all for the super chats. The mods, y'all are kicking ass and taking no names. I love it. Or kicking ass and taking names, right? That's what they say. I love it. I love y'all. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Bye.